Is this thing on? Okay. Welcome back to, I don't know what to call it yet. I was thinking Dear Diary, but I don't know. I don't know that feels good to me. Other directions I immediately went to was Dear Diary, I'm Becoming, or The Becoming Diary, or Diaries. I don't know. It sounds like diarrhea. Becoming Daily. Nah, no, that's too much pressure. Because imagine me coming on here daily, and where's the mystery in that? Where's the suspension in that? Or anticipation? Suspension. Oh my God, Erica. Anticipation. Yeah, that's 365 days committed to doing this. Let's just automatically cross that one out. Notes from becoming, while becoming out loud. That actually sounds like I'm coming out of the closet or something. Dear future me. I don't know about that one. I would wear it on a shirt, definitely. The in between. I don't know if you listen to any of my podcasts. Did I even introduce myself? I'm so sorry. I think I just jumped in here thinking that you already know who I am. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Erika Caballero. I am the host from Becoming with Erika. And Becoming with Erika podcast. And I decided that I was gonna do like a Dear Diary kind of concept after, like not it's kind of like a spinoff, but not really, of my podcast Becoming with Erica. So, one of my episodes I said that I was like stuck in the in between. It's like the old version of me becoming the new version of me. And even though I have the new version of me mindset going, I still do the old version of me habits. So it's because, it's a normal day to day function that I would do. And it becomes a pattern, which is what a habit is. And so I'm trying to like catch myself and be aware the self audits. I don't know if you listened to that episode. Be aware of my patterns and my habits and what the old version of me doesn't serve me anymore. Try to take those parts out of me. And even though not everything needs to go, that's what the self audit's for. So yeah, I'm in the in between, and I feel like a lot of us are in the in between. Like there's a version of you that used to be, and you're changing into who you are becoming. And we get stuck in the middle. So that's where the in between idea came from. Then there's evidence, the becoming diaries. Again, diaries just doesn't sound right to me. And then there's one that stuck to me and I really liked, called Dear Becoming, because that does take the whole in between, the dear future, the becoming out loud, and put it all into the Dear Diaries, except we'll leave out the word diaries because it's not a fun word to say, and put in becoming. So, Dear Becoming. Again, still working on it. I don't know what to call it yet. So, we're just going to skip over that for now. Putting that out there. I don't know what it is, but let's get into it. So, the reason why I started Becoming with Erica was because I wanted to share with people the whole magnificent way the brain works, from how you function the way you function and how it works, as in like what it was created to be to what it has become. Because obviously, like, not that I'm going to nerd out with you in these dear becomings, but for this conversation's sake, humor me. The amygdala is a part of your brain that's in the back of your head, where it's like the alarm system of your brain, where it gives you like the warning, your, what is it called? Safety feature. It's like where the fight and flight, or is it fright? Yeah, no, flight or fright, fight or fight. Oof, hate the F words. Flight or fight triggers you, right? So back in the old days, like back when, um, like we could even take it back as far as in the caveman era, that part of your brain would sound off an alarm to your body saying those rattling bushes in the corner doesn't sound safe. It sounds like a big animal ready to attack. Unless you're ready to fight it and feed it to your family, I suggest you start running. It was there for your protection. And I mean, now we have like the same thing, except it's a lot more sensitive because it could be a comment that you see on social media. It could be the lack of likes or someone not responding back to you quick enough or somebody coming up to you and telling you we need to talk. Like your amygdala goes off a lot, and not always does your body associate it with you being safe or you being in danger. So it automatically just runs like it's supposed to run. Once it goes off, all it's trying to do is keep you safe, not keep you calm, not keep you grounded, not keep you chasing your dreams, not like anything that gives you fear and causes the unfamiliar feeling. We associate that with, no, we don't go there. And so your brain says, no, we don't go there, even if it's good for you. So that's where the self audit, you need to like bring it to your attention. Anyways, I explain it all in my episodes, and this is not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to talk about my in between. So that said, if you are interested in what I was just saying, I suggest you check out one of my or all of my Becoming with Erika podcasts. So, what is going on in my life right now? Let's just go there. It is Thursday, August 20th. I think the last diary I did was August 18th. So, I said I was going to start a new place, same job, different location, which I did, which was yesterday. And that was pretty cool, I guess. I guess it wasn't like a normal day for them because a lot of things were going on and it wasn't as busy as it usually is. So to introduce me to like the regular days was just not yesterday for whatever reason. I like to believe that God always has my back. And maybe he's like, you know what? We're not just going to rush her in and throw her into the chaos. I'm going to quiet the storm a little bit, like kind of like in the eye of the storm, you know? So it was calm and it felt like nothing chaotic was about to happen, but it's going to all happen in a rel. It's all going to happen today. You know what I mean? Or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe this first week is going to be like cool. And then next week it's like back to normal. Who knows? But my experience was good. I mean, I was doing something I didn't want to do. And the whole reason of me going there was not to do this. And then they had me do it. So I don't know if they're testing me or they're not listening, which I guess I'm going to have to remind them again that I don't want this job. Wait, sorry. I don't need this job. I want this job. And that's different. So if we're going to play the game, I'm going to promise you this and then actually do the opposite, I don't play that. That's why I left my last job. Oh, not my last job, my last store. So we'll see what we get into today. Because today I am going to stick to what I said I wanted to do. And if there's an issue there, maybe I won't have a job. Who knows? But again, I don't need it. I want it. So there's that. I think that's a lot more dangerous than having an employee who needs the job. Because if you have an employee who needs the job, like they're going to do whatever it takes to not lose the job, right? But if you have an employee who wants the job but doesn't necessarily need it, I feel like they're not going to put up with your BS. And that's dangerous. So, yeah. Well, that's work. Now, my children. I have 5 children, okay? Have 3 adults, like literally 3 adults. My son's turning 25 or maybe 26. Don't judge me. No, it's 25. He's turning 25. My daughter is 21 and my second daughter is 18. So those are my adult children. I also have 2 more. They're twins and they are 6. So, recap. 5 kids, 3 adults, 2 children. Sounds like I'm sitting down at the restaurant. I have 25, 21, 18, and then the twins are 6. My 6-year-olds are joint custody. So we have a 223 plan. Now, for you who don't know what 223 means, it means every 2 weeks we run the same schedule. So 2 days with dad, 2 days with me, 3 days with dad. Then the following week is 2 days with mom, 2 days with dad, 3 with mom. Then we repeat it again from dad, mom, dad. Then the next week is mom, dad, mom. Those 2 weeks stay the same. Every 2 weeks, just flips over and start over. Okay? 223. That's what that is. I am trying to go to 1 week with dad, 1 week with me, and give it a lot. Like, I feel like they're much older now that the days, the gaps in between is not as bad as when they were little. And they've been on this schedule since they were 3 months. So when they were really little, we both don't wanted them to mess out either one of us. And just because we didn't work out the way we thought it was going to work out doesn't mean that they deserve less love. So we've been co-parenting since they were 3 months old, and we had our ups and our downs, obviously. But for the most part, I want to say we had more ups than we did downs. And it was more of a like, what's best for the children? Not in the sense of like we should stay together for the kids, but we should coexist for the kids. So that's 2 different things, 2 different worlds. I don't believe that you should stay together for the kids if it's not something that you want. I think that messes up the kids even more later on in life. Now, if you coexist for the kids, I feel like that gives them the okay to see your differences and accept the world that they have entered. And yeah, there's my coexisting world with the twins' dad. Let's see what else. So this weekend I have them. So I get them back. I didn't have them yesterday and today, which is Wednesday and Thursday, and then I get them tomorrow, which is Friday, and then it's my weekend. So next weekend is his weekend, and then we go back to my weekend. I feel like that's a complicated schedule if you had no idea what a 223 is, and if you've never ever been familiar with it, and I get it, because finding babysitters confuses the crap out of them, you know? They're like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna watch your kids today." I was like, "No, I said when I get them, which is Friday." And then they're like, "Oh, well, I thought I was gonna watch them Wednesday." And then it just becomes, like, really, really confusing, and I get it, like, no one should have to, like, adjust themselves to my schedule or my lifestyle because you don't have to, but that's why I wanna go to 1 week with you, 1 week with me kinda thing. It's just, like, the whole transitioning from 1 week to 1 week is where I'm confused, so we're trying to figure that out, and he's not for it yet, so who knows? I'm so down for anybody who already has the coexisting parenting lifestyle and would be able to share what works for you. So open for suggestions. So there's my children's life. As for my adults, like they have their own world. I mean, I'm a grandma. My granddaughter Nayeli, I just had her. If you listen to my episode, I had her on my vacation last week forever, and it was great. I loved it, and I actually want a grandson, but nobody wants to give me one. So, wah wah wah. My son, he's 25, and he's just not ready to have kids. He's probably going to be one of those people that have kids in their 40s or 30s, which I am one of those people, by the way. But I also had them young, so I'm also one of those people. So he's just not ready. He's loving and living life, which is great, and I'm glad, and that's all I wanted for him. But I want to be a grandma with a grandson. I love my baby girl, and I would take another baby girl, but I want a grandson. Like, I've always wanted another boy, even if it meant like another boy. Like, I was hoping the twins would be a boy, but I knew they weren't. So I was team girl because I felt that my intuition said that I'm not gonna have one. So, but deep down inside, like deep down inside, I wish I could have been team boy, but I was trying to like just stick to my intuition, and I was right. I had two girls. I mean, I would have been happy if I had one girl, one boy. Like that would have been cool. Like I said, I want another boy, but get to have I didn't get to have another boy, so no more boys for me as sons anyways. So the next best thing would be a grandson. And they're lacking on me. I don't see my daughter Hayden getting pregnant anytime soon. Desiree as well. I mean, she won't. If it's up to her, she would stop at one, and that's wild to me. I was like, I want to have 5 kids, and then I got my tubes tied at the third child because her dad convinced me that we were done. And it was actually, he was done with me because like he had like 6, 7 kids more after that. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I always wanted 5 kids. And I always thought I was going to have 5 kids. But once I tied my tubes and I had like 13-year gap between my last kid, my 18-year-old, and the twins, 6, when I had that big old gap, wait, hold on. It was like a 7-year gap. I don't know. You could do the math, whatever. That whole gap and me not being able to get pregnant. So I really thought that like I was done with just my 3 and I would have to be happy with just 3 because I was never going to have another kid because my tubes are tied and like my womanhood was taken from me and I no longer have that. And I don't know why I thought that, but I did. And then when I met the twins' dad, I started thinking about like, can I really have any more kids? Like this guy he has no kids and he was willing to take my kids as his kids. And he was happy with that because he thought that it was either me or be alone for the rest of his life. And which is really made me sad. And I was like, how can I give this guy kids? Anyways, I went down the rabbit hole and Lord and behold, I had the twins. It's kind of how it happened. But I mean, there's more to it. But if I'm gonna summarize it, that's what happened. So yeah. Now, I feel like that was a lot. I'm sorry. Did I just take up like all of your day? I apologize. So yeah, the dear becoming, or whatever I'm gonna call this, is capturing the messy middle of becoming. And I want to walk through it with you guys instead of you guys just hearing the lessons after my Becoming with Erika podcast. I like want to walk with you guys on how crazy and messy my life is. And not necessarily that in a wrong, bad way, but I mean, I'm working on peace. And I got a little taste of it last week, and it was so beautiful. And so that evidence right there that I can have peace, I'm going to hold on to it and I'm going to run with it. Okay. So this is my journey in running with it to allowing peace in my life. Also accomplishing all the other things that I want to do, like talk in schools and churches. And I want to get on stage and just not just have my podcast behind the mic, but actually put it out in front of students and church members and businesses and, the public, period. And just teach it, like I learned that I love teaching about the neuroscience and the mixture of why we are the way we are and how we become who we become. So, that said, that's my goal, and this is the journey of it. So, welcome. And I hope that you continue to listen. I need to start getting ready for work. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And again, these daily updates, diaries, whatever you want to call it, are not scripted. They're just me turning on the mic, pressing record, and just talking. So thank you. Love ya. Bye.